This is a video about the present perfect tense. Now, if you're talking about past tense, you would say something like, I saw that movie. And when you use the past tense, what you're saying is that this happened at a specific time in the past. I could say, I saw that movie yesterday, I saw that movie last week, I saw that movie a year ago. All of those would make sense. But if you say, I have seen that movie, that means something a little bit different. It actually means you've seen it at some point in the indefinite past. The indefinite past is what we call the past that we can't really specify when it was. I don't know when I saw it, but I have seen it. And you wouldn't want to say, I have seen that movie yesterday or I have seen that movie last week. The indefinite past isn't something that you can pin down to a specific time. And that's an example of present perfect tense. Now, there's one other way to use the present perfect. In past tense, you might say, I was a nurse for 5 years. And that sentence means that this is now completed. I'm no longer a nurse. Because when you use the past tense, you're talking about actions that were completed in the past. But if I say, I have been a nurse for 5 years, even though this started in the past, it is still going on. I'm still a nurse if I say I have been a nurse for 5 years. And that's another example of present perfect. So that brings us to our index card. If you want to take notes on this, you can write present perfect at the top. And this is used for actions that happened in the indefinite past or past actions that continue into the present. And you want to make sure you're using have or has plus the past participle. And the most common errors that I see with perfect tenses is leaving out the have or the has in front of the past participle. So for example, I've been in Minnesota for the past 15 years is a pretty common thing to hear someone say, but in standard written English, been, the past participle of the verb, can't stand by itself. You need to put in the have in front of it. Another example, I seen that movie at least once. Again, seen can't stand by itself. It's a past participle, so you need to add have in front of it. And then finally, I have only ate pizza once. In this case, we have the have, but ate is not the past participle. So we need to change that to the past participle of eat, which is eaten.